Well, hello and good afternoon, all of you Days of Our Lives fans. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's DISHIN Days, where we give you a full recap of your favorite soap opera, Days of Our Lives. I am your host, Tony Moore, and I am joined by my wonderful co-host, whose hair is higher and longer than Stefano's life. We have
Mark J. Freeman in the house.
And of course, is your computer on?
Oh, probably.
So I'm professional!
I make sure my phone is off.
Now I can't use that for my reel. Thank you, Mark J.
I think your reel should be every time you go, now I can't use that for my reel.
And of course, big shout out to Mr. James Lott Jr., who, unlike everyone else, is still on Christmas vacation. So hello, James Lott Jr., my chocolate twin, the quiet storm.
Hello,
he
James
is in our chat room. Hustling us and looking and making sure that he is joined in and tuned in. And so he's there.
You're wrong, Tony.
What am I wrong about?
I don't know. Ethel says you are wrong, Tony.
Well, Ethel, what am I wrong about? And that hair must be on the floor. And also, you guys.
Oh, maybe my hair's not as long as Stefano's life.
Yeah, it is. Some long hair. Also, you guys, make sure you like us and follow us on Instagram and on Facebook, DISHIN Days. I was just thinking about this the other day, Mark.
Yes.
I have a lot of prizes still.
Oh, we need to do one.
Yeah. But, okay. This is kind of on the spot, but kind of not.
It's okay. And James is in the chat room, so we can discuss.
I feel like we should do this.
This is what happens off air.
Yeah.
But we usually have cocktails.
Yeah. Well, I usually have juice. But
I drink his cocktail.
I think for every 100 followers that we get, like when it gets up to the next 100, like we're just at 2,800 on Facebook.
Okay.
So I think
so
we
for
should,
Facebook.
For Facebook and for Instagram. I'm not sure where we are on Instagram.
I can look.
But for like the next 100 or the next thing, we should give away a prize.
To that 100th person?
No, to that social media thing will unlock it unlocks a prize.
Unlocks a prize.
Yeah. So right now,
hashtag unlock a prize.
Yeah. So right now we're at 2,800. So a prize has been unlocked.
Okay.
And then when we get to 2,900, we'll unlock another prize.
Okay.
And it's like the quicker you tell people about us and follow us, the quicker we can unlock prizes.
I like that.
You like that?
James Lott Jr., do you like that?
Do you like that idea?
He says, I drink. Thank you for liking my laugh, Willa.
You know, we're on
most people don't.
Oh, everyone likes my hat. Thanks, y'all.
Oh, I forgot to see. I was distracted by Tony. I didn't see what they said you were wrong about. Hold on, let me see if I can go back and see. I don't think they are gluten-free. Oh, no.
Those are pizza rolls.
Wrong
for comparing his hair to Stefano's life.
Yeah, see, okay, that was right.
You had it. Hashtag unlock a prize. That's it. So that's how you will unlock a prize. So I think, did you look on our Instagram and see where we were at?
Oh, I can do it right now.
Oh, you know what? You give Mark J. Freeman a task that does not involve Billy Flynn, and he does not know.
You want to know how many followers Billy Flynn has? I can tell you that.
Oh, you can tell me that right off the bat, I'm pretty sure. LPS.
Uh-huh.
I saw Billy Flynn recently.
Oh, it's so funny. For someone who doesn't like Billy, you talk about him an awful lot now.
No, I don't talk about him. I do not wish to talk about him, but
he has 26,000 followers, by the way.
I was actually wondering what DISHIN Days was, but since you wanted to tell us the Billy Flynn,
well, because you were talking about Billy, so then I typed in Billy. So now I'm going to type in Dish.
Well, we're at 1426.
1426.
So when we're at 1,500 on Instagram,
we'll give away.
We'll unlock a prize. When we're at 2,800, so we'll unlock a prize now, and then we'll unlock another prize when we get to 1,600. When we get to
how about the
1,500th
Instagram prize? Can be my 1996 headshot. I did give you several, and I signed them all different too.
You know what? And they were great fire starters.
That would not surprise me in the least.
For Christmas, we did not do chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
We did Mark
J. Freeman.
His headshots.
Okay. So
I like this. Hashtag unlike Billy Flynn.
As Kelly says, Tony, you secretly love Billy. I secretly do not.
He does.
Outwardly tell Billy and my co-host that I don't get it. I don't understand what this charisma that he has that people are just so drawn to. Doesn't work on me. Sips tea.
For those of you just listening to that, Tony sipped tea.
Oh, Kendra says Tony has a crush on Billy. Hashtag Tilly. You know,
I think he does too, guys. He does talk about him an awful lot. He brings it up when I don't even bring it up.
First, I mentioned him one time, and suddenly I'm like on the Billy Flynn train.
You've said his name probably 5 times just in the past however many minutes we've been on air.
Because we've been talking about him. I really don't want to.
Because you brought him up.
Listen, I brought him up for the sake of you. And whenever I see him,
don't use me as your excuse to talk about the man you love.
When I see him, I say, I'm sure Mark says hi. And to you, I'm going to say goodbye.
Mm-hmm. Hashtag not lounging with Tony.
I don't care if he's lounging or...
You wait till he is a superstar and he's on my talk show and not yours. Because I was nice to him.
Fine with me.
And since we're talking about Billy, I'm drawing a blank now on his name. That's always Michael Goldberg? Michael on Twitter.
Michael Goldberg?
Is that his name?
I believe so.
It's always, he did a poll the other day of what your favorite Billy Finn feature was. It was like chas, chalk, chart, like heart. I won't say the chart, chalk, because I think we know what that is. And then chies or something like that. So you get to vote on the Twitter. He did the vote
between
poll.
You and Billy?
No, he just did it. He just did it on his own about Billy, like what you thought was his best feature. So if you haven't voted on Michael's poll yet, I think Michael Goldberg, right? Is that his name? Michael Goldberg, yes. Okay, good. Thank you, Carolyn. Carolyn, I sent you a message, by the way. Did you respond back to me?
I want someone to get a screenshot of this face. That's the I really don't care to talk about Billy Flynn.
That's the I'm waiting at the altar for Billy Flynn to come down the aisle.
Okay. So before we start Dishin Days, I have to say I don't think we showed
Chai's one.
Chai's one. I don't think we showed Emma's video, did we?
Oh, we never did.
The video that
did we even talk about it?
No.
Oh my God, we need to.
Okay, so later on in the show,
we'll have to. I wonder if Zach can find it. Or is it on YouTube?
It's on YouTube. Let's see.
Zach, we may need you to do some research.
Or Emma, if you are watching. Oh, Emma is watching. Emma,
can you send the link?
Send us the link. No, to Dishin Days.
Zach can get it.
Well, send us a link through Dishin Days. I have the page pulled up, and I'll show it. Okay, if you guys don't remember our Christmas show, we talked about the whole brainwashing scene, and we talked about how it would go if Mark did it, and then I mentioned it would be like Mark and Billy Flynn riding on a unicorn in a rainbow to Tinseltime, and Emma did the most amazing video.
We have tweeted it out, so it's out there. So some of you may have seen it.
We tweeted it out, but we want to show you it, so we're gonna show it to you. So Emma, if you are watching live, which I see that you are, make sure you message us on Dishin Days and send us the link to that video. Okay, so now, without further ado, it's now time to start Dishin Days. You're so silly, Marjay Freeman.
I'm trying.
Goodness gracious. Let me send a message to Emma. Send us the link to your brainwash video.
Love it.
Okay.
So good.
All right. So starting things off, we have to start things off with the New Year's Eve / day crash. Okay. So, like, my first thought as they were pulling everyone in is like how devastating of a feeling to have as you're seeing people that you know being brought in because of this crash.
Right.
And I don't know how you feel about not seeing a little bit more of the crash, because we only saw the headlights and
and they didn't even re-show that.
No, they didn't. They just saw
fine.
Everyone.
I'm not complaining because I don't want to show everything 800 times.
But how did you feel? Like I don't know. I kind of like that whole like the tires, and then everyone's reaction to like
the accident.
Yeah.
During the accident, you're talking about. Here's my thought. And if you can't do it to the level that is going to look amazing, I feel like people's imagination is so much more profound than showing me something rinky-dink.
Like,
And I just feel that in general with any kind of like TV or movies and stuff like that. I feel like sometimes if you don't show things, your idea of what happens is a lot more exciting than probably what will be shown to you.
maybe.
So that's I didn't mind it. I didn't mind not seeing it. I mean, what would it have been? A flash of this, a flash of that, a flash of this, a flash
just like, oh, yeah. That was.
Those are some screenshots if somebody went. Those will be part of the prize giveaway.
Right. Caption this: Tony's reactions to the crash. But oh my gosh, so much drama with the crash.
It was. I mean, it was hard. It was hard to watch. I thought everybody did a fantastic job, performance-wise. It was, it's.
Spit it out, Mark.
I don't know
Freeman.
how. I mean, I'm trying to say this without getting in trouble.
Well, now at this point, just say it.
Now I gotta just say it. I just get kind of annoyed that the go-to for days is like drinking.
Drinking?
You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like it's always, somebody's recovering, somebody can't drink now, somebody, you know what I mean? It's like, you can drink responsibly and have a good time. I don't know. I just feel like it's always in your face with them for some reason. I don't know.
Well, it's just like I said last week. There wasn't a build-up to Eric's drinking problem.
Yeah.
Like it just suddenly like there were hints of it. Like
him kissing Jennifer.
Yeah. Well,
which never got discussed again.
It didn't. But during the 50th, remember we saw him just kept taking a drink, but it wasn't noticed by anyone. Like that was something that as a fan you had to kind of notice and look at. And then all of a sudden he's like really drunk. And there were other times where we saw him taking drinks and stuff, but then all of a sudden at this launch, he's stupid drunk and now driving, and now this big accident happens.
Yeah.
Like I kind of wish that there was some sort of dialogue, like someone noticed the drinking problem and someone kind of knew, and maybe Marlena was. I mean,
they could have even had a scene with him and Jennifer talking about him kissing her and him being like, "Oh my god, I don't even remember doing that.
Yeah.
Maybe you're drinking too much." Something simple as that.
And genius, because had we had that conversation, how hurt would she have been to find out that Eric was the cause of the accident and it was because of his drinking?
And like, who was it that just said this in the chat room? I want to say their name. Where did it go? Pretty for you too said, "Why even put Jen in the crash?"
Yeah,
because if that dialogue happened, then that would be justified. But now it's just like, why was she even part of the accident?
Yeah,
I just feel like there's so much, and this is getting away from kind of actually that actual crash, but I just feel like so much of what has been happening, it just happens to happen. Like unless things are gonna all kind of come together. Like even with Hope shooting Dr. Malcolm and getting arrested. Like that just is kind of gone now. I mean, they talk about it, but it's like I don't know. Like it just, I feel like they're
not connecting
opening
the dots
doors
like
and they're not finishing the stories.
Well, yeah. Well, just like remember when the whole Aiden thing was happening, and I kept saying like, oh, like the dots are there. Like eventually they're going to connect them, and then they never did.
Yeah, I don't know. I get they're trying to throw us off and stuff, but it's like we're also not stupid.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, everyone else isn't stupid except you.
Leah hopes Eric pays for it. He will.
Most likely.
Yeah, I'm guessing he's going to jail. At least they're not killing him.
Right.
He's going to go to jail. Well, we don't even know that yet. I shouldn't even say that.
So, okay, the toughest... okay, with everything that's happening with the crash, I felt horrible for Maggie. Because...
And Nicole.
Yes. I felt bad for Nicole only because they will not give her a break. Like she wanted a baby. She finally got pregnant. She lost it during the disaster. Then she schemes. She does all this stuff to finally nab a man. She finally gets a man and they kill him. And when she looked up at God and was like, "What did I do? Why do you hate me so much?" I was like, we're with you.
Yeah.
We are with you.
I agree.
It's like she needs some sort of like glimmer of light to happen for her.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like she's someone that is just gnawing at stuff, and then things finally come together for her, and then it falls apart. It's totally different from like someone like Sammy, who like she schemes, she does all this stuff, and things come together for her, but then they break apart because of her doing. Like if she wasn't lying and scheming, then you know. But just fate is just not on Nicole's side.
True. Oh, this is a good idea. Maybe Nicole's pregnant.
Why is it that everyone's trying to make everyone pregnant?
Yeah. Who knows?
Well, if she is, it'll be a miracle child.
It would be a miracle because she's supposedly not able to have
children.
But Carolyn just said in the chat room too that she thinks that the reason Jen was in the car accident is because it will lead to her having addiction to painkillers.
Oh, like they started to do with Eve?
Yeah. So
good Jen going on drugs? Nah. I don't know.
Never know. But I like that idea, Carolyn.
And
I would justify it.
I felt really bad for Maggie because, you know, not only losing Daniel, but then who gives someone a decision like that?
I just feel like that whole, I mean, at least they did kind of explain it. I don't know that that's really the truth. Mm-hmm. That if a family member says, no, I want to give it to this person here, at least they did somehow justify it. Because at first I was like, okay, this is ridiculous. There's a registry for this. They wouldn't get the heart. So I'm glad at least they talked about it.
Yes.
Whether or not that is true, I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know if we have any heart surgeons in the chat room. I sure as heck am not. I don't know.
I just feel like that's a tough decision to put on someone when they're grieving. And even Maggie was like, I'm in no condition to make this decision. And they're like, well, we got to know. Yeah. And it's like, and then even Victor was like, I can buy a heart. Like, just give me the word and I'll find another heart. And even though he did make the call, he still couldn't find one. And for 2 seconds, I was just kind of like, ugh. I was like, is this really the storyline that's going to happen? Like, you have one heart and you're trying to decide who to give it to?
Yeah, I thought it was. What did you think about John wanting to give up his heart for Brady?
My true reaction, it was kind of like, oh, so now you gonna die? you just gonna up and decide, okay, I'm gonna die for my son.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where that decision really came from. I feel like it just kind of came.
Oh, and Claire, I forgot about that. Claire got Zach's liver.
Oh, really?
Yeah, James Lott Jr. Our historian.
Did he say that?
No. Who said it? Hold on. I gotta move my cursor here.
Well,
where was it? Shell A.
Okay.
I'm guessing Shelly. Shell A.
Perfect. We're gonna show that video later. Zach, Emma's video.
Oh, cool.
We're gonna probably do it during like news and gossip, as I'm giving directions to our engineer.
Right.
So,
I know. I was like, is he in the chat room? Where are you seeing him?
He's up there.
I can't see that monitor. So.
So it was very like heart wrenching scenes, and just to see Nicole's reaction to Daniel, and I have to give a kudos to Days though when they all found out. Or as the calls were being made.
I love that too.
And like everyone's like, oh, who's calling this? And then it went slow-mo.
Yeah.
And then it got to Nicole, who we know that Daniel was dead. And she's just like, hello? And it went click. And I was just like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Yeah. No, like, I really did like that too.
I loved it. Like you just saw like, John and Marlena like reaching for and the distress and the look, and it was all so slow, and then who else got a slow-mo moment? Maggie and Victor got a slow, although it looked like Victor was going at the same pace. And there was a point where Maggie was, she was in her moment, and then like she got behind Victor, and it was like Victor was still like
get it moving.
But it was like that's when I thought about that, I was like, that's the Days I know.
Yeah.
It was good. That was a good edit.
I like it. And I thought Jen Lilly did great. I thought I don't think there was anybody that wasn't believable, that was, I just thought I thought they all did a great job. I think it just goes to show the talent that is on Days of Our Lives right now. And it's funny because I was thinking about, I think we talked about it on here, didn't we? When we were talking about Jason Cook and why he didn't stay on Days because he wanted to keep his contract open for movies and stuff. Yeah. And I just was thinking about it today, actually, when I was getting ready, when I was throwing my hair in an updo, that I really, like, I keep thinking to myself, isn't it smarter for the show to allow them to branch out and do other things? Because maybe somebody who would watch Murder, She Baked has never watched Days, but because they really liked her performance, they Google her and they, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like it would draw in.
But you have to think about this. It's. I feel like it's scheduling because, like, if you're doing a movie, like, that schedule is very.
Well, then you put guidelines in the contract. I mean, it's not impossible. It's not impossible.
But I mean, I don't know. Unless they all like.
I just feel like it's a different world now.
Unless it's like half the week they film with Days and then half the week they do the other project.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, listen, in a perfect world, you know, that could happen. But
I mean, they're 5 months in advance. You've got some time to play with. Who are we kidding?
I mean, this is true. But I mean, I guess
I need these people in here. I need to talk. I need to know details. I need to talk to these
IDK Mark J. Freeman. I don't know. Listen, I'm just trying to get a job. I'm just trying to get on Days just to say, look out. Well, now I can't say, Stefano DiMera, you've been served.
I know, right?
We'll get to that in a second.
But I will say this. I noticed this week. I feel like there's, which I kind of appreciate, is that there is more hospital staff. Yes. We're seeing it's not the same nurse coming in every time. It's a different nurse. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of different faces and stuff like that. So I appreciated it. Yeah. I actually appreciate it that they're doing that.
Yeah.
Because, I think it's attention to detail.
This is true.
Not everybody notices like I do. But.
Well, it's your job to notice.
Yes.
So
Days is selfish like that. Thank you, Kendra.
And everyone did great.
Yeah, Christopher Sean's doing Hawaii 5-0. So,
but how often do we see Christopher Sean?
Well, now, but before we saw him all the time. He was on all the time and doing Hawaii 5-0.
Yeah.
So it's not impossible. Clearly these stories change on a dime. You know, like, why can't somebody go away, take a vacation? Julie and Doug do a cruise every 3 months.
I don't know.
know.
Talk to the powers. Talk to Ken Corday.
I'm trying to. We need to get him in here. I don't think he'll come. I think he's afraid of me.
Oh boy. Yeah. I mean, never mind. So.
Should we move to the next topic?
I mean, that's pretty much the crash.
That's pretty much the crash. We'll get into some other little tidbitty things.
Yeah. I think overall,
dealing with that. But
I'm not sure if the solution to trimming the fat is killing off characters.
I'm gonna,
And for a moment,
don't get me wrong. It's a glorious day.
You're so
that
mean.
Daniel is gone, but Melanie will be back next week.
Yes. I wonder if they ever thought of just recasting.
Wonder if she will, like, throw herself on the grave and just not get up.
You are absolutely awful. Let's move on.
I'm not horrible.
Let's move on since
stating
you somehow got your wish. # get rid of Jonas.
And I got my other wish that they're bringing Jack back for a day.
A limited amount of time. So what's the next?
And I got Billy Flynn in here. So what do you want? I'll put it in the universe for you because I've been getting it.
Next.
A date with Billy?
No.
All right, moving on to Billy Flynn. Let's do that. I think that's a perfect transition.
Oh my God.
So Chad snapped out of his coma, or not coma, his brainwashing.
Stupid how he, like...
It just kind of, like, happened.
Yeah. Well, I think it's kind of been happening. Like, he's been kind of...
I think that's why the flashes would happen all the time, too, to kind of show that, you know...
And that stupid shot that they have of Belle just going...
I actually almost gave her quote of the week early in the week when Chad shows up at the house and he's like, "Oh, I saw someone moving and I saw the lights on." She's like, "Stalk much?" Something like that.
That was good.
I was like, "Oh, like why can't he be outside of my apartment?"
Oh boy.
Beverly Hills adjacent. Yeah. No. So so now we know that Thomas is his. It was, that he had the blood test done and it snapped him out of his brainwashing. But I actually didn't expect this. I actually thought it was kind of cool that he's still pretending to be brainwashed for Andre and Stefano.
Yeah.
And I like that he went to Belle and kind of warned her. Like, it just shows that that's the kind of person.
Well,
he
that
is.
he's back to the old Chad.
The old Chad. And I wasn't liking mean Chad.
No.
I wasn't liking mean Kate. I wasn't liking mean Chad.
Yeah, no.
Because that's just not who he is.
He was just super duper mean.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that he snapped out of it. I'm glad that, it's finally revealed that Thomas Jack does belong to Chad.
So here's what I was thinking, too.
What?
So Thomas Jack Demira.
You think she's going to change the name?
Oh, absolutely. And... Oh, if she doesn't, down the road it will get changed.
Yeah.
So Thomas Jack Demira, TJ Demira, and EJ Demira. I was thinking about.
I don't know if anyone else put the pieces of the puzzle together. Help me out.
I just kept thinking they might. I was like, because I always think that when they name them, I'm like, would they go by initials? What will be the nicknames? That's how I think.
So when he saw us,
when he saw us, is he going to be TJ Demira?
Yeah, he's gonna be TJ Demira.
TJ and EJ,
and it's gonna be me. You're black?
You're black? Yeah, so I don't think so, Mark. Okay, whatever.
Shout out to 185 people who are watching us live.
I have 189.
Oh, well then mine's low.
Woohoo. Should I refresh?
So shout out to you guys.
I'll refresh
I appreciate
and see
that.
If it goes up.
So, yeah, and Abigail being so, oh boy. And Abigail being so, after him. About this isn't you, snap out of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm glad. But then it's how they proved it was that apparently there's a rare blood disease
that his mother had, not on the Demira side.
No, that Chad has.
Right, on his mother's side. They specifically said that.
Oh, did they?
They specifically said that.
All I said was that the dad had the marker.
Yes,
yeah.
And then they said that why the other Demira, it was kind of why the other Demiras don't have it, is that it was on his mother's side.
Okay. Who was his mother? Oh.
Yeah.
Madeline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woods.
Yeah. Who tragically fell down a step. We have 198.
Oh, yeah.
People watching. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my gosh. We're almost at 200.
We are. Oh, my God.
Someone needs to call
record.
2 people.
We might set a record. That would be the most. Oh, never mind. It's down to 192.
We open our mouth.
So
we're losing people by.
I know. Because we start screaming.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much what happened with that.
Yeah, pretty much.
So there's that. Okay, now let's get to the next biggest thing. Hope and Stefano / Rafe.
Yeah. / Lonnie.
Yes, I'm. It makes me laugh that Hope is still investigating her own.
It just. I tweeted this out today. I don't know if you saw my tweet. I was just like, well, I guess Crazy Hope is back. Or just when you thought she was gone, Crazy Hope is back. Or something like that. I don't know. I don't get. I just feel like it's taking her down a whole nother path. I just don't. I'm curious to see how they're going to justify her shit. I mean, she killed him.
I have no idea.
So I just don't get.
Did you find it weird that he sent Andre and the guy away?
Yeah. What did she call him? Lurch.
Lurch. Yeah.
Which I thought was funny.
Do you think, or did you have a feeling that because he was talking a lot of junk throughout that whole thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're pressing buttons, and you do realize Hope is Crazy Hope, Vengeance Angel Hope right now, right?
Yeah.
And do you feel like he knew what he was doing because he may have just wanted to? Because he mentioned a few weeks ago, he was like, I'm tired.
Yeah.
Like, do you think that he
I mean,
wanted
that
her?
could be.
Wanted her to kill?
I mean, I never thought of that, but I mean, that would be interesting path to go down. But I don't know how they would justify that he did it on purpose if he's dead, because he'd be the only one that would be able to sell us. But I like the idea of it. I definitely like that idea.
Yeah. Because there was a moment where I was like, he's going on and on and on and on and on.
Diane F147 says that she wanted her to kill.
That's how I felt.
Yeah,
that's how I totally felt.
Suicide with the benefit of setting up hope.
Yeah. He was like, girl, put me out my misery.
Yeah. I mean, I'll say this.
This will be my last attempt at revenge on the Bradys.
Right. I'll say this, and I said this to you before we went live. Every word that came out of Stefano's, I felt like my spirit had gone inside of his body and said everything that I've ever wanted to say. Everything he said was so true. It was just hysterically accurate.
Yeah.
Hysterically accurate. It was true. It was like, come on. Like, I mean, you almost don't blame him for saying the stuff that he said, because it is true. It's like, you people, how long have I been here? And how many times have you tried to kill me and send me to jail? I'm still here, lady. Yeah. You know? I love what and then somebody even tweeted it to me, too, about the line when he was like, I'm good, or I'm bad, ho, 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 and you're good, ho, ho, ho. It was like so true. It's like, I know. It's like, you keep saying the same stuff to me all the time. I thought it was fantastic. I loved the interaction. I just don't like Crazy Hope.
I love how she burst through the mansion and was just like, where's Stefano? And tell him to come down now. I was like, all right. Yeah.
I thought it was great. I thought it was a great ending. A lot of people tweeted out too about it, the ending, and they thought that it was back to the the car crash.
Days.
The old days of endings of the cliffhangers. And the other thing I will say this is that I haven't seen anything about Joe Muscala leaving.
Me either.
So I appreciated that.
Yes.
I mean, I figured it happened because people tweet me before I see it. So I kind of knew what was going to happen. And I do believe I predicted that Stefano would be maybe next. But...
Well, give yourself a pat on the back, Mary.
I'm going to go back and watch old episodes and see how many times I was right. I like that idea.
It's probably very few. Go ahead.
So... What was I talking about?
I think what you were getting at was...
is that they kind of kept it as a surprise.
Yes.
And I just don't get how they don't see how much better that makes the show. Like, I hate when we get the thing, so-and-so's leaving the show, so-and-so's leaving. It's like, I don't know. I feel like some of that is public record, like that we can see that. Is that something that, because I feel like people find that information online, and I don't know how they do it.
Well, here's what I've always understood about soaps is that it's such a close-knit thing that they don't want information to get out.
Right. Oh, no, I agree.
And when...
Well, what I'm saying is I appreciate that, but then I feel like they go completely against that, and then they release information that so-and-so's leaving, that so-and-so is going to get killed. And I don't understand it.
Do you think it's I don't think it's them.
Oh, okay.
That.
Well, no, I feel sometimes it is.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right. Well, then if it's not them, fine.
No. And I think that's why, and we've had this discussion about not reporting on that stuff anymore because we do want to keep the show. Wait, did I mention this to you?
Maybe not. I don't know.
Oh yeah, we did. Just not talking about.
Oh yeah.
Because at this point, what we do is we know that they're leaving. Now we're anxious to see how they leave, and then when the story starts unfolding, it's like, oh, this is gonna happen. So then it loses that element of like, because everyone was talking about the cliffhanger on Friday,
right?
Because we had no idea. We had no idea that was gonna happen, and you know what? It felt like the old days again.
Yeah.
When like you didn't know. Yeah. And when you literally had to watch the show to find out what was going to happen next.
Well, and the other thing that surprised me this week, which I appreciated, and maybe I just didn't see her return date, was that Chloe popped in, and I wasn't expecting that, so that kind of threw me on Friday.
So I don't know. I feel like we should, because we're not going to do it here anymore. Like talk about who's leaving and all this kind of stuff. But I feel like I want to encourage fans to not talk about it either.
Right.
Just to let's get if we want the show to remain for another 50 years, like it's in our hands to kind of say, you know what? I might have seen this spoiler, but I'm not going to share it with anyone. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about this person coming in or this, or coming in is fine. But going out is a different thing. If it's not printed in like a soap opera digest,
right,
or like on NBC or something like that, that we just kind of keep it to ourselves, so that way we can be just as surprised as we were on Friday.
Yeah. I agree.
And that is Tony's 2 cents.
That is Tony's rants.
So that was the big thing that happened, was that Hope had enough, and he pulled one last button, and she just went to shooting.
Yeah.
So, and I'm surprised that Andre, Lurch, no one came running down after
we
hearing
haven't seen that
shots.
Yet. I mean, it ended with the shooting. So.
Yeah.
Maybe
But still,
Maybe Monday.
I
was going to say this is kind of now getting into the tidbits, but
yes.
Is that, I don't know if did you notice the look Lonnie kind of gave Rafe as he walked away on Friday? Almost like a little look of longing. I feel like that story's not gone yet. I feel like there's still going to be something with Lonnie and Rafe. Lonnie, Rafe, Hope.
I was probably looking down at something else.
Pizza rolls.
I was probably pizza. Forget the rolls, the whole thing. No, but I mean, she's made it blatantly obvious. I feel like that she wants something more with Rafe. Has she not?
I mean, well, they did talk about it, and he was like, "Oh, we can't be. We're working together," even though he's fawning over.
But feelings don't go away.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. That's true, Susie. Thank you, Susie. In regards to that you said that Andre didn't come back in the room.
Yeah.
Stefano said, "Go find Chad."
Oh, that's right.
So he's not there. Thank you, Susie.
See, further making me feel like he knew that
he wanted him out of the house. I mean, I would guess Harold's still around, but he may be listening to his iPod cleaning,
or maybe playing classical music. And
we need to get Harold on our show.
That'll be fun.
I think we should have an episode of Servants
of the Help. Harold
and Henderson.
Yes. Oh, that would be fun.
That would be fun. Do you guys want to see that? I think that would be fun.
They do.
I think that'd be fun.
Well, we do have.
You were looking at who longing? Oh.
On the 24th, we have
Felice.
Is it?
It's Felice, I do believe. Felice Sampler.
She used to play
Renee DeMero.
We're going to have her as a spotlight on January 24th at 3 p.m. Right before DISHIN Days. So make sure you guys tune into that. Thank you, James Lott Jr., for hooking that up.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into some tidbits. I don't think we need to discuss Hope and Rafe because we've
kind of already covered that.
So the teens of Salem snuck into TBD.
Yeah, which I actually kind of liked the idea.
I like that, but I also like that. Well, no, they weren't responsible because they did go for the liquor, but it was locked up.
Yeah.
And they had a little game of Truth or Dare. And, I mean, listen, I don't know what kind of Truth or Dare they were playing, but when I used to play it, all mine were dares.
Yeah.
But it was kind of revealed that Theo is being bullied. And I kept waiting for them to show shots of the new guy that's there and Chase because, we're all trying to figure out who the bully is, and at one point we thought it was Chase because the camera was.
I still think it might be Chase.
You think so?
Because when they were talking about it, at one point they were talking about it, and he just quick grabbed his glass and started drinking. So to me, that kind of was like, oh, is he just trying to
And also, who do you like at this table? I think was a way of cueing in Chase is digging some Sierra, but Sierra is digging Theo.
Yeah.
And I have to give, we do this every time, I have to give a shout out to Cal Pettis, who plays Theo.
Yeah.
He's doing such an amazing job as Theo.
I think so too.
Yeah. Such a great job.
Yeah.
Thank you for taking my role.
Although...
no, I'm just kidding. I didn't audition for
it. Kendra just... what did she say? Hold on, just went up. These teens are lame.
So that was like a fun little
Oh, they think Cheryl thinks that Henry, the new guy, I guess that's the new guy's name, is going to be Ava and Steve's kid, the one with the baby pictures.
scene. Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting
'cause
thought,
it just
Cheryl.
popped up.
I was thinking that too when I saw that the new guy was coming on, and I was like, I wonder how he's going to be related.
Right. To someone.
Yeah, to somebody.
That's
It
a
would make
big baby.
sense since we're seeing the baby pictures and stuff.
But I feel like there is no baby. This is all part of Ava's scheme.
Yeah,
That's a crazy lady.
she is crazy. Crazy but fun.
And then really quick, we had the return of Chloe and Parker.
A new Parker.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to say something.
What?
Is it just me that is like, how is he blonde? That blonde, like he's Allison Sweeney blonde, and Chloe and Peter, Daniel. I mean, they could not. I mean, I was blonde when I was little, like little, but not like platinum blonde, fair skin, like just so not at all. What?
Well, maybe it's somewhere in the family. No?
I don't know, but I think it's leaning a little bit more towards he's not Daniel's.
Oh boy, if we have another kid that doesn't belong to somebody.
I think it's Phillips.
Goodness gracious.
I think it's going to go back to being Phillips.
Oh boy. Oh boy. So yeah, welcome to Salem.
But
Chloe
that was
and
a
new Parker.
sweet thing with her and Nicole.
Nicole.
I know it was funny too when Nicole walked in and she was wearing Daniel's jacket. My first thought was like, girl, what did they put you in today?
But then
I'm like, I get shoulder pads or back, but that's
Right.
a little big. And then I was like, okay, I think she's just wearing Daniel's jacket. And then
yeah.
Parker's
And
like,
then
why are
Parker
you
was
wearing
like,
Daddy?
Where is Daddy? Where is he?
Yeah.
Oh, I see my friend.
I
Gotta go.
was so happy to see Chloe back. I
Yeah.
really, really am.
she looks great.
I think she looks great. I don't know. I just feel like Chloe, Philip, Belle, Chad. I think that's going to be the new kind of drivers,
like Marlena and John, all those.
and Brandon Beamer when he's back.
Sean D.
Yeah, I think that's going to be we're going to kind of go back to them, and they're going to kind of start leading the charge again, which I like. I mean, I like them from the beginning.
Yeah, because everyone's older. Listen, you can't kidnap Marlena again.
Yeah. I mean, again, I think we've talked about this too. It's like, I mean, they keep saying they want to get back to the romance, but I don't want to see Doug and Julie.
In between the sheets.
No.
Okay.
Oh, and that Philip has a biological son, Tyler, too. That's right. He doesn't have a kid with Mimi.
Really?
Doesn't Philip have a kid with Mimi? James Lott Jr.?
I don't know.
Is he in
about that
there?
one.
To my
he's in there.
grandkids are blonde. Oh, he says to his blonde kids, their genes are reach back to my grandfather who was blonde. Well, it's just still a bit odd. I mean, it's just like, I don't know. A Pocket. Yeah, Pocket is Tyler, which ended up being Mimi and Mimi. Pocket equals Tyler, yeah. And Mimi, it was Mimi and Philip's kid.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe that's Pocket. Maybe Henry's Pocket.
So anyway.
And I don't blame him for changing his name. Yes, Mimi.
And then we talked about Ava, Steve, and Kayla a little bit. Like she ran into Steve and
she dropped the
and she dropped
pictures.
the photos and all her coughing and yakking, and Steve actually did show concern.
The coughing kind of annoyed me.
It did.
I'm like,
it annoyed me too. It's like, girl, okay, we get it. You're sick. We got it.
it was just so like, I mean, it's like, I get, like, you don't have a cold.
Yeah.
You have cancer.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's, I don't remember my father coughing a lot. I'll just say that. Just saying. Personal experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't, yeah. Whatever. But I like her. I'm glad that she's there. I do like Steve and Kayla. I love seeing them together and stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of makes me smile. I love their house.
All right, so and that's been your full week of days.
That's
I
been
mean,
most
pretty
of it.
much like this week covered the crash a lot. It covered
Yeah, it was mostly the crash and
Chad.
the transplant.
and all that. So yeah, that's your week of days.
That
And
was
now it's time for our favorite part of the show, which is
Segments.
our segments. And we're going to start with mine, which is Tony's official 3 Snaps Award. Now, I thought about giving it to, because you guys know I love a happy dance.
Oh, I thought that's what you're going to do.
So I thought about giving it to Ava during her little happy dance of, ooh, my plan is working out well, but I'm so dirty, gotta take a shower. So that little dance, which revealed the snake, which I don't know what the significance of that is.
The snake?
Yeah, the snake tattoo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was
So
like, I don't remember a snake. I would have remembered that.
I was going to give it to her, but I decided not to. And then I was going to give it to Andre. For his precise timing. When someone says, I only need 10 minutes, and he gave those 10 minutes, and he said, your 10 minutes are up. Goodbye. I love that moment. But then sitting here talking, I remembered something else, and I'm going to give it to this person for being the prettiest in a 3-car crash. So my official 3 Snaps award goes to Daniel Jonas, who even after a horrific car crash still looked amazing laying there.
Amazing.
I mean, listen, he had not one scar.
Amazing.
Not one, like
Amazing.
nothing. Everyone else came in bruised, scarred, like everything. Not Daniel Jonas. He just laid there looking like the pretty boy that he is. So, my 3 Snaps award goes to Daniel Jonas, who unfortunately R.I.P., but still looked beautiful doing it. And then when Melanie comes back, I'll give her the 3 Snaps
Maybe
award.
I'll give her quote of the week next week. Maybe her the quote of the week will be like, I gotta go. Next week's quote of the week. I'm predicting.
I have to go now. Bye bye. So that's Tony's official 3 Snaps award.
I have something after we do our segments that somebody mentioned in the chat room that we didn't talk about that we can talk about. But,
What?
I forgot. We didn't talk about the fact that Belle, even though she's not supposed to tell anybody about the money, completely told Philip everything.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I saw it in there, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's right, she did."
Yeah.
And I thought of that too when she was saying. I was like, "You're totally just."
I was like, you can't keep a secret, Belle.
Yeah. So I just think that's funny that after all the talk about you can't say anything, don't say anything, that she's kind of like, I feel like everybody's telling everybody. Like I feel like John and Marlena, you know what I mean? Like everyone's kind of like spilling the beans, but whatever.
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny. So
Yeah,
we
was
got
a
that
funny
in.
moment.
Thank you. I forgot who wrote that, but thank you.
All right, and as we continue our segments, even though my chocolate twin James Lott Jr. is not here, he
I won't be able to
is
see
the
it.
professional organizer himself, and he sent in a video for
And
his
do my Nina
segment.
Garcia.
Look who's related. There we go. And now we will find out who's related from our very own James Lott Jr.
Here he comes.
Slight delay, guys.
That's
problem.
okay. Build the anticipation.
Just imagine James along the beach
That it was funny.
in a
'cause
sarong.
That
No,
the
not
bar
sarong.
that was across that
Uh-huh.
had the play and stuff on it. My first thought was like, is she wearing a dog collar? I was like,
Take a look on
James,
the
what were you
wild
wearing
side,
in
James
this
Lott
video?
Jr.
What kind of vacation are you having, lady?
I love that he shoots his videos on location.
Yeah, well, I think he said he did this one on the beach.
Yeah.
I think he said that's the
He
Atlantic
said
Ocean
he
behind
said
him.
on the beach with a sarong. Well, not really with a sarong.
Yeah, he said he was kidding about
And
this.
then I laughed and I was like, I could totally see him like in a sarong.
Totally.
All right.
Oh, here we go.
And here we go with James Lott Jr.'s Look Who's Related.
Hello, it's me, James Lott Jr. I'm coming to you from sunny Miami Beach, Florida. I'm sorry I can't be there right now, but I do have a Look Who's Related this week, and it was actually born out of some questions asked by me online, as usual, from folks who want to know the kind of connection between Eric and John. Now, many of you guys know that we all thought he was the real Roman Brady years ago. So he actually raised little twins, Eric and Sammy. And so there's a whole bunch of stories been born from that for years. And of course, Brady is his. So that's why Eric and Brady feel like they're brothers, because they all kind of grew up together in this big kind of extended family. But remember, back in the day, we thought John was Roman. Marlena was dead for a while, presumed dead for a while, from this whole thing with Orpheus, and it was a plane crash. Then there later was a big scene where Marlena comes back on the dock on the docks. So yes, there was a whole big thing about that. And then the real Roman came back, of course. And then it just, even their sister Carrie thought that John was Roman. It was a whole big thing. So there is a connection. They are related in a family way, extended family way. So that's why this week was a big, tough week for everybody involved, with Marlena and all of them, because it's all kind of convoluted and complex, but they all think of themselves as family. That's Look Who's Related. I'll be back next week in the studio. Take care, you guys.
Bye, James Lott Jr.
Bye, James Lott Jr.
So that has been James Lott Jr.'s Look Who's Related.
And Haywood in the chat room just asked if Steven was in the booth, but it's not. It is Zach today.
It is Zach. So everyone in the
Maybe
chat room
Steven
say
has
hello
a
to
little
Zach,
fan.
who is our engineer today. And now it's time for our next segment, which is Mark's Quote of the Week.
All righty. Well, it was funny. I said it. There's weeks where I'm like, ugh, I have nothing, and then weeks where I'm just like handed
so much.
a cornucopia of quotes of the week.
Yes.
But this hands down, when I was writing it down, I had to watch it and rewatch it to get everything written in, and I literally kept laughing out loud because I just thought it was so brilliant. Because you guys know, I did post a poll today who you thought would be my quote of the week. We'll see who was right. But I just thought it was so perfect. And if he is leaving, I thought it was appropriate that he get a quote of the week on his last episode. So it's going to Stefano Demira, Joe Mascalo, this week. It was right at the beginning of the argument that he was having with Hope. And she says, "You made me a prisoner. You brainwashed me. You programmed me. You made me a thief." The one time in your life that you were actually interesting.
So awful. So awful.
I was laughing so hard. I was like, I might even say that is like the quote of the century. I'm sorry, James Lott Jr., but it is true. It was really the only time she's ever been interesting. Oh my God, it was of epic proportion. I mean, everything he said I thought was fantastic on Friday. So if he is leaving and that was his going away speech, to Joe Mascalo, because that was pretty darned hysterical and apropos. And, if Stefano's going to go out, that's how he's going to go out, with quotes.
That's amazing.
So, yeah.
Nice.
And should we now do... Oh, wait. We have to do the sound again. Do you want to do that?
Oh, and that has been Mark's Quote of the Week.
I know Zach was sitting there with his finger on the button waiting.
Yeah.
So, and so now we're going to do our Fan of the Week. And this we are going to give to compliments of James Lott Jr. and his world travels.
Yes.
It amazes us. Well, it's never really happened to me. But when we are recognized outside of Los Angeles in our little bubble.
Well, outside of the studio.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But James went to Miami and was staying at the Chesterfield in Miami Beach. Sorry for telling people where you are, James. And ended up getting upgraded because his front desk agent recognized him from DISHIN Days.
I thought that was
and he
amazing.
He had a little crush on you, from what James says.
I mean, who wouldn't?
And his name is Angel. So
Yes.
Angel at the Chesterfield in Miami Beach for watching. He's our fan of the week for upgrading our boy James Lott Jr.
Well, I thought it was great because James because we're in a group chat, and so James texts us like, "Oh my God, like this the guy at the front desk recognized me from DISHIN Days." I was like, "Shut up," because it just surprises us that when we're out and about just doing our regular stuff that people are like, "Oh my God, you're from DISHIN Days," and our reaction is, "Oh my God, you watch!" So,
you're one of the 197 people that are watching.
So it's great. It's great. So we thank you guys. And of course, if you guys are ever out and about and you see us, say hello. Don't be afraid.
From a distance.
Yeah.
From a distance. No, I'm kidding.
All right, and now let's get into some news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Okay, so really quick, and then we are going to open the phone lines just for a few minutes to hear your thoughts about this week. Now, if you do call in, please make sure you say your name and where you're from, and then really quickly tell us your thoughts about this week. We want to get through as many phone calls as we can, but some news and gossip first. A quick shout out to Casey Moss, whose band Eyes of One just debuted their album. So make sure you purchase that on iTunes.
Maybe he'll donate one for a giveaway.
Maybe. I should
Well,
ask
just
him
take care of
about
that.
that.
Take care of
I'll
that.
See. Let's see
Take
what
care
I
of
can
that.
do.
You got to think outside the box.
See what I can do. So make sure you guys support Casey and his band. If you're a huge fan of rock, he does an amazing job. Mark and I went and saw him live here at the Whiskey Go Go. It's great. So Eyes of One, make sure you check it out. Make sure you support him. It's great. It's wonderful. Boom. Also, our very own
Our very own. He is ours.
Sure.
He's ours.
Mr. Eric Martzoff.
With a new heart.
Huh?
With a new heart.
With a new heart. Eric Martzoff and his wife, Lisa Martzoff, have opened up the first cardio bar in Las Vegas. As you guys remember, the last time Eric was here...
He didn't get to talk about it, remember?
He didn't talk about it fully, but he did mention it.
Yeah.
And it's now open, and they are offering free beginning and advanced workout classes for the week of January 10th through the 16th. So if you are interested in taking cardio bar classes and you are in the Las Vegas area or near the Las Vegas area, make sure you go check it out. Cardio bar is located at 4555 South Fort Apache, Suite 100 in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Much?
Well, I'm reading the press release.
Oh, okay.
Rude. And take advantage of.
I'm just tying
their,
it back to days where I left.
Right, I love it. And take advantage of their free beginning and advanced workout classes that they have available for this week. So share it with a friend. If you guys, all the people who are in the groups and stuff posted, go check out Cardio Bar. It's great. People like Stacey Dash, Dakota Fanning, Taraji P. Henson have all taken classes, all enjoy it. So make sure you check it out and support Eric and Lisa Martzoff in their new venture in Vegas.
If I exercise, I would go.
Yeah, I mean, I may check it out the next time I'm in
Is there
Vegas.
a Wendy's near?
Right. May need a Frosty afterwards.
I'm just saying. Four for four.
And we're going to welcome to the cast of Days of Our Lives, Zach Henry,
Yes.
who is the new teen on the scene.
Who I guess his name is Henry on the show.
Maybe,
Too.
I don't know.
I don't know if that, yeah, that's what somebody said in the chat room. So.
Yeah. And then, Mark, we have...
Oh, yeah, tonight, Allison Sweeney's Murder, She Baked is airing tonight at 9, 8 Central. And I guess she will be doing some live tweeting during the show as well. So I think that's a new one, because isn't there like a series that she's doing? So this is a new one. And then if you want to chat with Allison Sweeney, Daquan, feel free to annoy her with your text today, Daquan. And then you want to tell them about the wrecked? Because I don't know the details.
Yeah,
but
so James Scott, who you guys remember as EJ Demera.
Not TJ,
but EJ, will be coming to TBS in a new show called Wrecked. There is a trailer out for it, so congratulations to James. We are happy to see that there is life beyond Days of Our Lives. And as soon as we get a premiere date, we will definitely make sure we mention it to you guys. Check out DISHIN Days on Facebook, and we'll post the trailer for it so that you guys can get excited about it as well. And now, really quick, we're going to take just like a few phone calls. If you would like to call in, make sure you call 424-253-0749. Again, that's 424-253-0749. I do believe we have our first caller, and here we go. Hello, you are live on AfterBuzz TV's DISHIN Days. What's your name and where are you calling from?
This is Susie Morales-Smedley, and I'm calling you from Valdosta, Georgia.
Well, hey, Susie, how you doing? Happy holidays to you and your family.
Happy holidays to you guys. Happy New Year.
Thank you. Now, what are your thoughts on this week of days?
Well, everything was really, really good up until Friday. I was really, really upset when Hope shot Stefano.
Really?
And my thoughts on that, I was not happy. I know that he deserved to die, and it would not be proper that if he did die off, that they would give him a send-off like they would do with Alice Horton. Mm-hmm. I understand all of that. But at the same time, I feel that Hope, as an officer of the law, she kind of went a little bit off the rails.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I certainly hope that there's some repercussions from her end.
Yeah.
Because it was not proper for her to go there and take justice on her own hands, even though I understand it's justifiable by the fact that if she thinks that, Stefano did do it. But I do believe that Stefano might have a little bit of an outweigh on that, because I don't really believe that he was completely involved in the Bo situation.
Mm-hmm.
And he did kind of, when he was goading her, he did kind of let her know that to get her out of there, he would say whatever she wanted him to say. So I really believe that Hope kind of overreacted with the situation,
Mm-hmm.
and I love Christian Alfonso, but I'm not very happy with Hope right now.
Yeah, I agree. I
You know,
agree.
we have a different kind of Hope right now. So
We got cray Hope.
yeah. So well, thank you, Susie, for calling in and weighing in on that, and as always, supporting us here at DISHIN Days.
You guys got it. Have a wonderful week.
Thank you.
You too. Say hi to your
All
kids
right.
for us. All right. And now I think we have another caller on the line. We have a lot of callers on the line. So we'll start with whichever one, Zach. Hello, you are on live with us on AfterBuzz TV's DISHIN Days. What's your name and where are you calling from? Dropped. Okay,
Oh,
let's go on to the
lost
next one then. Hello, you are live on AfterBuzz TV's DISHIN Days. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, it's Jamel from Brooklyn.
Hey, Jamel, how you
Jamel.
doing?
I'm doing good. You know what? I think this week was it was good. I think the Friday was like the shocker.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I thought that we was just getting spoiled with the deaths, but then to see that Stefano was shot, that was pretty crazy.
Now, didn't it feel like the old days when like they used to do those major cliffhangers? You had no idea that it was coming up, and it came out of nowhere, and you were just like, oh, can't wait to watch on Monday.
Yeah, it did. It did. I mean, I wish, like, I think the other caller it didn't go that far,
Yeah.
because I sort of chuckled a little when she turned around and screamed like a crazy person.
Uh-huh.
I was like, oh my goodness, this is too campy, too much. But yeah, it was a shock, like you said. It was very much a shock, you know.
Yeah. So did you like, you didn't like that, like Susie? You didn't like the fact that he got shot?
Oh, no, I didn't, because I love the character. I love the man who plays him.
Yeah.
Even though he's in a wheelchair all the time, he's still bringing something.
Yeah.
So
well, listen, he stood up to be shot this week.
He did
stood
stand
up.
up.
He
He
stood
straight
up.
up stood up.
Yes, he did. But it took me the whole thing, and I think I'm glad y'all was spot on with his lines. He did have a lot of wonderful lines. So,
Yes, he did.
Yeah, so it was pretty good. But yeah, I mean, that was a shock for me. Everything else was pretty, expected, and I enjoyed this week. Oh, I love Teresa. I think I love the actress. I love the character anyway for a long time. But what she did with her bedside,
With Brady.
Maricopa with what's his name? With Victor. She wasn't as hard. She sort of soft the side. I thought it was pretty good. What the actress was conveying this week. I love her performance.
Yeah. That was, Teresa, well, Jen Lilly's did amazing. So shout out to Jen Lilly.
Well, I'm just sending blessings and happy New Year to both guys. And
Thank you.
congrats to you, Mr. Tony. You have a fan, a cute looking fan down in Florida. Oh my God! If you don't want them, I'll take them. Shoot. Oh my gosh.
Well, you put it out there in the universe.
That's
so
right.
You never know what Santa may bring you next year.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling in and always supporting us. We appreciate it.
I love you. I love the show. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll talk soon. Bye. I love it when our regular people call in.
I know.
Let's take two more calls. Hello, welcome. You are on live on AfterBuzz TV's DISHIN Days. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Tanya from Michigan.
Hey, Tanya, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Doing great. So, what were your thoughts on this week of days?
Well, I totally agree with Susie about Stefano, and
Hope.
I really agree with her on that.
Yeah.
And I like seeing Billy Flynn.
Yeah.
I don't get it. What is up with y'all and Billy Flynn? I don't get it.
He's hot.
Amen.
Well,
Amen.
you'll have to fight Mark
I mean,
for him.
that's the first recast I got into right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was into him before he was. As soon as I saw his picture online that he was recast, I was like, he's hot.
Meh.
Yeah,
That was my reaction.
I totally agree.
No. Well, I'm surprised that everyone is not. I was like, it's about time somebody got Stefano because he hasn't gotten in like a long time. So I was like, kudos. You've been shot.
Someone
But I
in
guess
the-
that's just me.
Tanya, someone in the chat room wants to know where in Michigan you're from.
Flat Rock.
Flat Rock. Yeah,
we
now
go.
hold up your
Flat Rock,
hand and
Michigan.
point to where in Michigan. I know how that works.
Well, Tanya, thank you so much for calling in and supporting us here at Dishin Days. And make sure you watch every Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on AfterBuzz TV.
Okay, well, bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Tanya. All right, so before we have to head out,
Did
what?
we, someone in the chat room mentioned, I don't know if we mentioned it, it's official that Kate Mansi is leaving the show.
Yes, it is official that Kate Mansi is leaving the show, and also she did write a nice, beautiful blurb about it. So make sure you check that out and read that on her Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah.
I think she's done an amazing job as Abigail, and I feel like her future is very bright, and we are gonna see, like, she's gonna have a great career, such as like Ashley Benson, who oh my
Pretty
god,
Little
they
Liars.
both played Abigail.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
So you know, I'm sure Kate's gonna go off and do amazing things. So
Yeah.
But before we have to sign off, we do have a video that we wanted to play.
Oh, yeah. Do we have it?
Yes, and so thank you to Emma for this video. Now, once again, to reiterate, this video was made by Emma, who basically took the brainwashing scene and what we said during that show, if this were Mark brainwashing Billy Flynn, and what they would do afterwards. So take a look at this.
That's it. Yep, there we go. Oh, let's see. Is it doing that here?
Like sand through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives.
I love that she put the opening of the show
Yeah.
as if this was going to
Like it was really happening.
Imagine
Imagine the person that clicks on this on YouTube thinking they're going to watch an actual Days of Our Lives episode. And they see our nonsense.
Oh, Zach, I hope you have us as like a 2-shot so that we can like do like a reaction to the video too. You love how I gave that note?
Yeah, I like that.
I love that she found.
I love James's look too on his face.
I love that second picture of me.
Yeah.
It's like, we're bad. This tickled me so much. I think I've watched this video like 20 times. That is the best photo of you.
That might have even been when he was sitting next to me.
Probably. Or when you were probably just thinking about him.
Right. Very, very possible. I couldn't hear. What does he say?
I can't remember.
I couldn't hear what he was saying.
But then I remember saying, I feel like you.
My face when people talk about how everyone falls for Billy Flynn. I just don't think.
This is my favorite part. Was the fact that she found.
I think that might be my Christmas card next year. I don't know how to explain it to my husband, but.
Oh my god, so that was the video made by our lovely fan, Emma.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. It still brings me so much joy. And I hope you guys enjoyed it too.
Yeah, it was fantastic. It made me smile.
Oh my gosh, it's just,
That was my birthday hug.
I love that you knew which hug that was.
Yeah, that was when he came out on my birthday.
So thanks again, Emma, for that. That was.
I remember everything
a joy
I
to
wear
watch.
when I see Bella.
Of course you do, because I'm sure you never take it off. So, of course, folks, thank you so much for joining us here at AfterBuzz TV's Dishin Days. Before we head out, Mark, where can they find you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Lorraine Love, LORAYNELOVE, or on Facebook, /the Mark J. Freeman. I also wanted to give some shout outs to some of the people that were in the chat room today. Danielle Brown, Kelly Fogg, Misty Robbins, Donna Grizzle, Casey Lynn, Robin Tate, Carrie Lucas, Sarah Miller, Cheryl, what'd I write? I can't read my handwriting. Charlie Sims, something like that. Jen Ruby, Lily, Jenna Kumar, Anthony Murdoch, Noel Harmony, and Nikisha Jones.
Shout out to all of you guys.
I didn't get everybody, but I was trying to write down some people in the chat room. And Amy Marks, I just see her pop up.
Yeah. And thank you
We
guys
appreciate it.
for that, for all of your support. And we reached like really high numbers.
Well,
Like I
almost
think our
to
highest was
200.
198.
198.
That was awesome. Thank you guys for that.
Maybe next week when James Lott Jr. is back, we'll get 200.
There we go. We need those two
Well,
extra
we'll have
people.
Angel, so that'll be 199. We need one more.
One more. And of course, you guys can find me on all social media platforms at Lounging with Tony or my website, loungingwithtony.com. We'll see you next Sunday for another full recap of your favorite soap opera, Days of Our Lives, right here at AfterBuzz TV's DISHIN Days.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.